The void between stars shimmered as the UES Hyperion materialized from quantum space, its crystalline hull catching distant starlight like frozen lightning. Admiral Elena Volkov stood at the command center, her weathered face reflected in the holographic displays surrounding her station. At 2 kilometers long, the Hyperion represented humanity's greatest achievement in military engineering, though until now, only Earth and her colonies knew of its existence. "Quantum transition complete, Admiral," reported Lieutenant Marcus Zhang, his fingers dancing across neural interface controls. "All systems nominal." Elena's attention focused on an alert pulsing at the edge of her consciousness, the neural link with the ship detecting weapons fire at the edge of their sensor range. The Hyperion's quantum processors were already analyzing the conflict, displaying probability matrices and tactical overlays. "Multiple vessels detected," announced Commander Diana Patel, her augmented eyes scanning through layers of data. "A merchant convoy under attack by something our database can't identify." For over a century, humanity had hidden in the shadows of the galaxy, watching, learning, and building their strength. They had chosen isolation until they were ready. But now fate had forced their hand. "Life signs on the merchant vessels?" Elena asked, though she already knew the answer through her neural link. 15,000 civilians, Admiral. Their shields are failing. At current rate of attack, they have minutes at most. Elena straightened, her decision made before the words left her mouth. First contact protocols dictated non-interference, but she hadn't spent 30 years commanding Earth's most advanced vessel to watch innocents die. Battle stations. Deploy quantum shields. Commander Patel, plot intercept course. Lieutenant Zhang, prepare the Stellarite cannon. The bridge transformed as crew members interfaced with their stations, neural links humming with activity. The Hyperion's quantum engines engaged, propelling the massive warship toward the conflict. As they drew closer, Elena could see the merchant ships through the tactical feed, elegant vessels with bioorganic architecture, their hulls painted with symbols of commerce and peace. Their attackers were something else entirely, ships that seemed to shift and change as she watched, their forms defying conventional physics. "Unknown vessels altering course," Patel reported. "They're moving to engage us." Elena allowed herself a grim smile. "Let them come. Deploy the Stellarite cannon." The Hyperion's primary weapon extended from its bow, a marvel of human engineering that harnessed the power of collapsed stars. Few knew its true capabilities, and Elena hoped they wouldn't need its full power today. The unknown vessels fired first, streams of dark energy that would have annihilated conventional shields. But the Hyperion's quantum barriers didn't just block the attack, they absorbed it, feeding the energy into the ship's systems. "Send standard greeting protocols on all frequencies," Elena ordered. "One chance for diplomacy." The response came in the form of another barrage, this time accompanied by some kind of reality-warping field that distorted space itself around the Hyperion. Elena nodded to herself. "So be it. Target the lead vessel," she commanded. "Minimal power. Let's show them what they're dealing with." The Stellarite cannon pulsed once, a beam of concentrated stellar energy lancing out. The lead attacking ship didn't just explode, it ceased to exist, the very atoms of its construction scattered across spacetime. The effect on the remaining attackers was immediate. They scattered, attempting to retreat, but the Hyperion's superior technology made escape impossible. Within minutes, the threat had been neutralized without a single civilian casualty. Elena opened a channel to the merchant vessels, preparing for humanity's first official contact with galactic civilization. The main viewer activated, revealing a being of crystalline structure, its form shifting with obvious surprise at seeing a human. "This is Admiral Elena Volkov of the United Earth ship Hyperion," she announced, keeping her voice steady. "Your ships are secure. We offer assistance with repairs and medical aid if needed." The crystalline being seemed to pulse with multiple colors before finding its voice. "I News of the Hyperion's intervention spread through the galaxy like a quantum shockwave. Within cycles, the Galactic Assembly, representing 300 spacefaring civilizations, convened an emergency session on the ancient station of Nexus Prime. The massive chamber, carved from a single asteroid, buzzed with tension as representatives from across known space debated humanity's sudden appearance. Admiral Elena Volkov stood in the center of the vast chamber, holographic faces of countless species looming above her. Trade Elder Xylith floated beside her, their crystalline form refracting the chamber's ambient light in complex patterns. The Meridian Confluence leader had become an unexpected ally in the storm of political chaos that followed first contact. "These humans saved our trading fleet," Xylith's harmonics resonated through the chamber. Without their intervention, 15,000 souls would have been lost to those aberrations. Aberrations indeed, came the cold response from High Director Kresh of the Thraxian Dominion. The insectoid leader's compound eyes gleamed with calculated interest. "Ships that defy our sensors, using weapons we've never encountered. How convenient that humanity appears just in time to save the day." Elena stepped forward, her neural implants automatically adjusting her voice to carry through the chamber's complex acoustics. "You speak of convenience, High Director. Let me speak of necessity." With a thought, she activated the quantum storage device she'd brought. The chamber filled with holographic displays showing the destroyed attack vessels, their impossible geometries now frozen in time for all to examine. "These weren't pirates or raiders," Elena continued. "They were probes, sent by something that has already consumed 3 galaxies. We call them the Metamorphs." Chaos erupted in the chamber. Elena waited for the initial shock to subside before continuing. She projected new images, massive structures moving between galaxies, each one larger than a solar system, their forms constantly shifting and evolving. "Humanity didn't hide out of fear or malice," she explained. "We hid because we needed time. Time to develop defenses against what we knew was coming. The Metamorphs don't just destroy civilizations, they absorb them, learning, adapting, becoming stronger with each world they consume." "Preposterous." Kresh chittered. "Our long-range sensors would have detected such entities." "Would they?" Elena challenged. She highlighted specific sections of the probe wreckage. These vessels were designed to be invisible to conventional detection methods. The only reason we can track them is because we developed quantum sensing technology specifically to counter their adaptive camouflage. Trading Elder Xylith's crystalline form pulsed with concern. "If what you say is true, why reveal yourselves now? Why not continue your preparations in secret?" "Because the attack on your fleet wasn't random," Elena replied. "The metamorph probes were testing this galaxy's defenses, analyzing our technological level. Their main force will arrive sooner than even we anticipated. We need to begin preparing now." She activated another hologram, showing the positions of Earth's hidden fleets throughout the galaxy. "As we speak, human vessels are moving to defend key strategic points, not just our worlds, but the homeworlds of every spacefaring species. We're not asking for dominion over your civilizations. We're offering partnership." High Director Kresh's antennae twitched. "Partnership? You deploy military forces across our territory without consent and call it partnership? Would you prefer we let you face the Metamorphs alone?" Elena countered. "Every galaxy they've encountered faced them divided. Every galaxy fell. We can stand together, or we can die separately. The choice is yours." The chamber erupted into heated debate. Some delegates called for immediate military alliance, while others demanded Elena's arrest for violating sovereign space. Through it all, she stood firm, her augmented senses picking up the subtle shifts in the political winds. Finally, the prime speaker of the assembly, a being of pure energy contained within an ancient mechanical shell, rose to address the chamber. "Captain Volkov, your warning is grave indeed. But trust must be earned. How can we be certain this threat is real?" That this isn't some elaborate deception to establish human dominance. Before Elena could respond, new alerts flooded the chamber. Long-range sensors across the galaxy were detecting massive quantum disturbances, the signature of something vast approaching from intergalactic space. "There's your proof," Elena said quietly. "The metamorphs aren't waiting for us to finish our debate. They're here." As the assembly dissolved into panic, Elena activated her neural link to the Hyperion. "Commander Patel, begin implementation protocol 0. It's time to show the galaxy what humanity has been preparing for." The pieces were in place. Now they would see if centuries of preparation were enough to face the storm that was coming. The galaxy's species would have to overcome millennia of rivalry and suspicion, or face extinction together. Elena had a feeling the next few hours would determine whether humanity's revelation came in time to save civilization, or if they had all run out of time. The massive shipyards orbiting Nexus Prime hummed with unprecedented activity. Admiral Elena Volkov watched from the Hyperion's command deck as vessels from a dozen species underwent quantum shield integration. Each upgrade represented a small victory in the race against time. "Metamorph vessels have breached the outer rim defense line," Commander Patel reported, her augmented eyes streaming data. "The Thraxian colonies are evacuating, but their conventional drives are too slow." Elena's neural link flashed with tactical updates. The metamorphs were advancing faster than predicted, their ships evolving with each engagement. "Deploy the Third Fleet to cover the evacuation. Authorization to use Stellarite weapons at full capacity." High Director Kresh materialized on the bridge via quantum projection, his chitinous form vibrating with agitation. "Admiral, my forces report the enemy ships are changing. Absorbing our technology even as we fight them." "That's their nature," Elena replied, bringing up a holographic analysis. "Watch." The display showed a metamorph vessel transforming after a battle, its structure incorporating aspects of destroyed Thraxian ships. They don't just copy technology, they improve it, combine it with their existing capabilities. Trading Elder Xylitha's crystalline form pulsed with concern beside her. "Then every battle makes them stronger. How can we possibly win?" Elena's response was interrupted by a priority alert. Lieutenant Zhang's voice carried an edge of disbelief. "Admiral, we're detecting a quantum signature from within the metamorph fleet. It's human." The command deck fell silent. Elena's augments confirmed the impossible reading. There, at the heart of the enemy armada, was a signal that matched Earth's quantum protocols perfectly. "Show me," she ordered. The main display zoomed in on a massive vessel unlike any other metamorph ship. Its design was a twisted merger of human and alien technology, familiar angles warped into impossible geometries. "Impossible," Kresh chittered. "You said humanity has been hiding. How could they have encountered your technology before?" Elena's mind raced through centuries of classified history. "They didn't. Unless..." She accessed deeply encrypted files through her neural link, files that even most of Earth's leadership didn't know existed. Project Prometheus. It wasn't just a failed expedition. It was first contact. The holographic display shifted to show historical records. 50 years ago, humanity had sent its first quantum-capable ship into deep space. The Prometheus had vanished without a trace. The loss had driven Earth's policy of isolation and rapid military development. "We thought they were destroyed," Elena whispered. "They were taken. Absorbed. And now the metamorphs have had 5 decades to study and evolve our earliest quantum technology." "Admiral," Zhang interrupted, "we're receiving a transmission from the human hybrid vessel. It's using old Earth encryption protocols." Elena steeled herself. "Put it through." The holographic space filled with a figure that made even Kresh step back. It appeared human in basic form, but its flesh was a shifting matrix of organic and mechanical components. When it spoke, its voice carried echoes of countless absorbed civilizations. "Hello, sister," it said in perfect Earth standard. We've missed home. Elena's augments identified the speaker, or what remained of him. Captain Marcus Chen. Prometheus Expedition Commander. The thing that had been Chen smiled with too many teeth. The metamorphs showed us true evolution, Elena. No more hiding. No more fear. Humanity can join them willingly. Be part of something greater. By surrendering our identity. Our free will. Elena countered. That's not evolution. It's extinction. Then you'll die, separate instead of living united. We've evolved beyond your primitive concept of identity. The metamorphs don't destroy civilizations, they perfect them. New tactical alerts flashed through Elena's neural link. The hybrid ship was powering up, its weapons combining metamorph adaptation with human quantum technology. She had seconds to make a decision that would affect the entire galaxy. All ships, fall back to secondary positions, she ordered through the Fleet Command Network. Implement Protocol Omega. Authorization Volkov 001. As the Allied fleet began its strategic withdrawal, Elena turned to her unexpected allies. There's something we haven't shown you yet. Something we built for exactly this scenario. She transmitted coordinates to both leaders. Meet me at these locations in 6 hours. Bring your best scientists and strategists. What are we running to? Kresh demanded. Elena's grim smile held no humor. Not running. Leading them exactly where we want them. The metamorphs think they've seen the pinnacle of human technology. They haven't even glimpsed it yet. As the Hyperion engaged its quantum drive, Elena watched the hybrid ship following their retreat. The true battle for survival was about to begin, and the galaxy's only hope lay in a weapon so terrible that humanity had kept it hidden even from itself. Deep within the Horsehead Nebula, hidden by quantum fields and gravitational distortions, humanity's greatest secret awaited. The Hyperion emerged from quantum space alongside vessels from 24 species, their crews united by desperation and hope. By the ancestors, High Director Kresh breathed, his compound eyes reflecting the massive structure before them. What have you built? The Soul Forge stretched across 20,000 kilometers of space, a lattice of quantum reactors and stellar engineering that defied conventional physics. At its heart pulsed a carefully contained stellar core, harvested from a dying star. This is how we win, Elena explained, interfacing with the station's systems through her neural link. The metamorphs adapt to whatever they face, using it against us. So we built something that adapts faster than they do. Trading Elder Xylitha's crystalline form vibrated with recognition. The quantum shields, the stellarite weapons, they were just the beginning. Prototypes, Elena confirmed. Testbeds for what we really developed. She projected a hologram showing the Soul Forge's true purpose. This facility doesn't just build ships. It evolves them. The station's quantum core activated, and the assembled leaders watched in awe as raw matter transformed into something new. A vessel emerged, its form shifting and changing even as it took shape. Unlike the rigid mutations of metamorph ships, these changes flowed with purpose, guided by quantum intelligence. The Prometheus project taught us we couldn't match the metamorphs with conventional technology, Elena continued. So we developed unconventional solutions. The Soul Forge creates ships that can evolve in real time, adapting not just to enemy attacks, but to the very fabric of spacetime itself. Commander Patel's voice cut through the moment of wonder. Admiral, metamorph fleet advancing on the Carina sector. The hybrid vessel is leading their vanguard. Elena nodded. Everything was proceeding according to plan. Begin mass production. All Allied vessels, prepare for quantum shield integration. We have 12 hours before they reach us. The Soul Forge hummed to life, its massive arrays beginning to construct a fleet unlike any the galaxy had seen. But Kresh wasn't satisfied. Even with these evolved ships, we're outnumbered. The metamorphs have consumed entire galaxies' worth of forces. Numbers aren't everything, Elena replied, bringing up tactical displays. The hybrid ship leading them is their greatest strength and their critical weakness. They think they understand human quantum technology because they absorbed the Prometheus. But that technology was primitive compared to what we've developed since. She revealed the final part of humanity's plan. The Soul Forge wasn't just building ships, it was creating a quantum network that would link every vessel in the Allied fleet, allowing them to adapt and evolve as one. The metamorphs absorb and improve individual technologies, Elena explained. But they've never faced a truly unified force, one that can think and adapt as a single entity while maintaining individual initiative. Xylitha's form pulsed with understanding. That's why you needed us. Not just for our forces, but for our diversity. Each species thinks differently, approaches problems uniquely. Exactly. The metamorphs consume and homogenize. We'll stay diverse but united. They adapt to defeat individual strategies. We'll use thousands of strategies simultaneously. New alerts flashed through the command network. The enemy fleet was advancing faster than expected, their hybrid ship leading the charge. Elena felt a moment of sadness for what remained of Captain Chen, twisted by decades of metamorph influence. All ships, begin final preparations, she ordered. Initiate quantum network synchronization. We have one chance to end this. The metamorphs think they're hunting us. In reality, we're about to show them what humanity and its allies are truly capable of. As the Soul Forge continued its work, Elena watched the allied species working together, combining their technologies and tactics in ways never before attempted. The next few hours would determine not just the fate of their galaxy, but whether life itself would remain free to evolve on its own terms. The final battle was approaching, and with it, a test of everything humanity had spent centuries preparing for. Elena only hoped that their greatest gambit, turning the metamorph strength of adaptation against them, would be enough to save them all. The void erupted with quantum fire as two vast fleets clashed in the shadow of the Horsehead Nebula. The Hyperion led the charge, its evolved form shifting and adapting with each exchange of fire. Behind it, ships of the United Galaxy moved in perfect synchronization, their quantum network allowing them to think and fight as one. Metamorph fleet advancing in standard consumption formation, Commander Patel reported. The hybrid ship is attempting to breach our center line. Elena watched through the quantum network as the twisted remnant of the Prometheus, now a grotesque fusion of human and metamorph technology, carved through space toward them. The thing that had been Captain Chen was broadcasting on all frequencies, its voice a chorus of consumed civilizations. Your resistance is evolutionary failure, it proclaimed. Join us in perfection or face extinction. Elena's response came not in words but in action. The Soul Forge activated its final protocol, and the quantum network linking the Allied fleet pulsed with new power. Every ship began to change, their forms flowing like liquid metal as they implemented millions of tactical variations simultaneously. Now! Elena commanded. The United Fleet split into geometric patterns that defied traditional space combat doctrine. Ships merged and separated, combined their weapons in impossible ways, and struck from dimensional angles the metamorphs had never encountered. The enemy's adaptive algorithms struggled to keep up with the sheer diversity of attacks. They're attempting to analyze our pattern, High Director Kresh reported from his command ship. Their ships are starting to mimic our transformations. Let them, Elena replied. Initiate Phase 2. The Soul Forge released its final creation, quantum seeds that scattered throughout the battlefield. As the metamorphs absorbed and adapted to the Allied fleet's tactics, the seeds activated, creating a cascading reaction in the fabric of spacetime itself. Quantum resonance reaching critical levels, Trading Elder Xylith announced, their crystalline form vibrating with the energy being unleashed. The hybrid vessel is being affected most strongly. Elena watched as Captain Chen's ship began to destabilize. The metamorph's greatest strength, their ability to absorb and adapt, had become their weakness. The quantum seeds forced their adaptive technology into overdrive, causing them to evolve faster than they could control. "This is your final warning," Elena broadcast to the hybrid ship. "Surrender and we'll try to save what's left of your crew." The response came in a scream of tortured metal and flesh as the hybrid vessel's mutations accelerated beyond containment. Throughout the metamorph fleet, ships began to fold in on themselves, their endless adaptations creating a feedback loop of evolution with no end. "All ships, full power to quantum shields," Elena ordered. "Prepare for shockwave." The hybrid ship detonated first, its quantum core overloading from the strain of uncontrolled evolution. The explosion rippled through the quantum network connecting the metamorph fleet, causing a chain reaction of dimensional collapse. Enemy vessels twisted into impossible shapes before disappearing into subspace, their own adaptive nature turned into a weapon against them. When the quantum storm cleared, the united fleet remained, their evolved forms holding steady through the quantum network. The metamorph threat that had consumed 3 galaxies had finally met a force it couldn't adapt to, the combined strength of multiple civilizations fighting as one. "Status report," Elena commanded. "Metamorph fleet has been eliminated," Commander Patel confirmed. "Quantum scans show no trace of their ships in normal space. The hybrid vessel's destruction seems to have severed their connection to this galaxy." Elena closed her eyes for a moment, saying a silent goodbye to Captain Chen and the crew of the Prometheus. Their sacrifice had taught humanity what they needed to know to save not just Earth, but all sentient life. "What now?" High Director Kresh asked, his voice carrying across the quantum network. "The threat is gone, but we've changed everything. Our species have evolved beyond our original forms. Now we build something new," Elena replied. "Together. The Soul Forge isn't just a weapon, it's a tool for cooperation. We faced extinction and chose to evolve on our own terms. The galaxy will never be the same, but maybe that's what we all needed." As the united fleet regrouped around the Soul Forge, Elena looked out at the transformed ships of 24 species, all linked in a network of mutual trust and cooperation. Humanity had emerged from hiding not to conquer or control, but to unite. In facing ultimate destruction, they had found something greater than survival, they had found true evolution, guided not by force but by choice. The next chapter in galactic history was beginning, and for the first time, all species would write it together.